For decades, the name Lee Van Cleef was synonymous with the steely-eyed menace of the spaghetti western. With a profile like a hawk and a gaze that could stop a bullet, he became the ultimate best of the bad. Yet, behind the black hat and the calculating smirk of angel eyes was a man of profound sensitivity, a veteran and a craftsman who watched the legends of his era fade away with a heavy heart. In the royal time of Hollywood, we explore the life of the man who redefined the cinematic villain and the 6 profound losses that reminded him of his own mortality. From the Navy to the frontier. Born Clarence Leroy Van Cleef Jr. in 1925, Lee's journey was never paved with Hollywood glitz. He was a sailor in the U.S. Navy during World War II, a period that forged the stoic discipline he later brought to the screen. When he finally landed in Tinseltown, his sharp, angular features made him a natural for the heavy. From his silent, intimidating debut in High Noon, 1952, to his career-resurrecting partnership with Sergio Leone in the 1960s, Van Cleef proved that a villain could be more than just a target. He could be a sophisticated, tragic, and morally complex force of nature. The 6 deaths that shook a bad man. Despite playing men who seemed emotionally impenetrable, Van Cleef was a keen observer of his peers. Late in life, he reflected on the icons whose passing felt like the vanishing of a world he helped build. Number 1 is Gary Cooper, died in 1961. Van Cleef's first major influence was his High Noon co-star. Cooper represented a code of dignity and simplicity, Van Cleef noted. Cooper taught him that you didn't need to shout to own the screen, a lesson in restraint that Lee carried throughout his career. Number 2 is Robert Ryan, died in 1973. Lee felt a professional kinship with Ryan, an actor who wasn't afraid to inhabit the uncomfortable darkness of the human soul. To Van Cleef, Ryan's death meant the loss of an artist who chased truth over likability. Number 3 is John Wayne, died in 1979. While their styles were opposites, the Duke's death felt like the end of the Western itself. After he was gone, the West felt emptier, less mythic, Van Cleef reflected. It was the moment he realized his own generation was fading into history. Number 4 is Richard Boone, died in 1981. Van Cleef admired Boone's fire and his refusal to bend to the Hollywood system. Losing Boone felt like losing one of the last true rebels who respected the craft enough to challenge it. Number 5 is Henry Fonda, died in 1982. Fonda represented a moral clarity that Lee deeply respected. When Fonda passed, Lee felt the curtain closing on the golden age. These men were the anchors that held the industry steady. Number 6 is Sergio Leone, died in 1989. The most personal blow came just months before Lee's own passing. Leone hadn't just given him roles, he had given him a rebirth. To Lee, Leone was the one man who truly saw him, transforming him from a bit player into a global legend. The final duel. Van Cleef's later years were a battle of their own. Despite struggling with severe heart disease and throat cancer, he worked until the very end, appearing in cult hits like Escape from New York and the series The Master. His iron resolve never wavered, even as his health failed. On December 16, 1989, the man with the devil eyes passed away at 64. He was laid to rest at Forest Lawn with an epitaph that remains one of the most iconic in Hollywood, "Best of the bad. Each death took a piece of the world I knew," he once admitted. "And each one reminded me that we're only passing through." Who was your favorite Western antihero? Was it the calculating Colonel Mortimer or the chilling Angel Eyes? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more deep dives into the legends of the silver screen, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification for the latest from the royal time of Hollywood.